All right, guys, it's T-Man, and we are back with a new video. It's on Larry Wheels, man. Yes, Larry Wheels apparently has had a relapse. We're going to do a video on this relapse by Larry Wheels, the steroid slave, the gym lifting steroid slave. Yes. Let's hear what Larry Wheels has to say. Larry Wheels says, I relapsed. Okay, he's relapsed.
Last year I made a video saying I stopped steroids. And I had, as of 3 months ago.
You know the funny part? He stopped using steroids. So is that the relapse because he stopped using steroids? I guess you could call that's a hell of a word, man. When people say I relapsed. I mean, I can understand like people on heavy duty drugs like marijuana or alcohol, cocaine or something. They've relapsed, right? Isn't that what usually that? Isn't that what that's associated with? Usually people have a relapse, right? I guess with steroids you could have a relapse because it's a drug too, right? Isn't it? I guess maybe because you're going on and off of it. Yeah. Okay.
Relapse and gone back on a full steroid cycle. Now, the reason why I stopped in the first place, for those who didn't watch the video, is...
Okay, so that's the relapse. He's gone off of it. I guess it was TRT, right? And he wants to go back on a full cycle. Okay.
To stop compromising my health, to...
Oh, sorry, he went off of a full cycle for TRT because it compromised his health at the time. Okay, I get it now. So that's what's causing the relapse. He went off of the his heavy cycles onto a TRT cycle. That's what he says. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's true or not. Does he look like that to you? Like he went on TRT? Man, come on.
Ensure that I can have a happy, healthy marriage with my wife.
Okay.
And to focus more on my business.
His arms and himself looks much bigger now and more refined than he ever did. Maybe he went back on the cycle. That's it. He's trying to explain to you, I couldn't manage on TRT, so I went back on the cycle. Okay.
Being PR and now the gym. I faced several challenges with my company, PR, that led me to go into panic mode and make a decision to pursue bodybuilding in an attempt to bring more eyeballs on what I'm doing and in turn help my brand get back to where it was and even better. Now,
okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't understand. What's the problem? What's the big deal?
that is a massive mistake. That is not what I should have done to build my brand. I know how to do that. And that was a coward approach because I was scared to venture into the mindset of a businessman and abandon what I know best, which is creating content and generating sales based on what I'm doing as an individual and not what I can do for the brand as taking a different approach with my content and focusing more on product development and marketing the products, not marketing myself as an individual. So
I think he was doing pretty good as a bodybuilder, but okay. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't mean you have to give up powerlifting just because you're doing a bodybuilding. They're incorporated. It's incorporated in there. I don't know what he's crying about, but okay.
Choosing to get back into bodybuilding was not from a place of passion, because since I started training, bodybuilding was never a passion of mine. Not bodybuilding on a competitive level, at least.
He didn't even give it a chance. He's only ever competed, I think, once, right, in bodybuilding previously, and that was a long time ago. Why did he take up strongman then? Why did he take it up? But then he quit. He took up strongman, then he quit. But he never talked about giving up his morals or something, or for strongman, for bodybuilding, like he is like now for bodybuilding. Bodybuilding, yeah, it's a tough sport. It's tough because there's a lot of other things that are involved in it. A lot of people give up. Okay.
Was the training that got me into fitness. I loved lifting heavy. I love hitting PRs. I like watching my physique change. But I've never been interested in posing or in trying to become the next Mr. Olympia, whether I had the potential to or not. So this decision to get into bodybuilding was coming from the wrong place. It was coming from a place of desperation.
The next Mr. Olympia, wow, that's aspirations for you, bro. I mean, you really have to go all out to be the next Mr. Olympia, or don't even bother to step foot on stage there. But okay, let's hear what else he has to say.
Of let me get on stage, let me win my pro card, and that will put eyeballs on me, what I'm doing, on my brand, and that will help me build my business. But that is the wrong approach. Again, that's a coward approach.
Well, that's what Greg Doucette did. He went and got a pro card, even though he's never won anything. So now you can tell everybody, I'm IVBB Pro. I'm IVBB Pro because I got a pro card.
That is me being afraid.
Wait, you know what? They're giving these pro cards away like candy now. In the past, they were hard to get. Now they're just giving them away. No, some people have like 4 pro cards or 5.
To not be Larry Wheels anymore and now be Larry Williams and focus on marketing my brand and my products. But I'm going to dive in the deep end, and I'm pulling out of this competition I said I would do. I don't want to get my pro card. I don't want to pursue being a competitive athlete anymore because it's a distraction from what I want out of my life moving into my 30s. I'm now 29 years old, and my aspirations and ambitions have changed dramatically from when I first came on.
Really? Holy jeez, man. Could have fooled me. I thought he was 38 going on 39. Okay.
The scene of social media. I have more responsibilities now. I have a wife, a serious commitment to her. And I want to make sure that we have a happy and financially secure future. And me hopping back on steroids is going against everything I said I would do. It's compromising my health, my integrity, because now I'm going against my own word. It's compromising my trust and with you, the fans that are watching my content. It's compromising my future and most importantly, my business. Because when I'm focused on being a competitive athlete, it's taking away from energy and time that I could be putting into my business, which is going to give me dramatically more in return than me stepping on stage as a bodybuilder, or me breaking another world record as a powerlifter, or me trying to become the #1 arm wrestler in the world, or trying to become the world's strongest man. In my early and mid-20s, those were aspirations of mine. But living a life as a competitive athlete, I know firsthand from experience, is a very recluse and isolated lifestyle, especially as a bodybuilder, which is why I never was able to commit to being one. Being a competitive bodybuilder, even at the amateur level, trying to go pro, let alone as a pro level, at the pro level, trying to become next Mr. Olympia, is a very restrictive lifestyle. And
again, high aspirations, the next Mr. Olympia. Do you think that Larry could become the next Mr. Olympia? Have you seen the people that have become Mr. Olympia, like Ronnie Coleman or Dorian Yates? He'd have to reach those heights, and I don't know. I just don't see Larry Wheels reaching those heights. You really have to put effort into it to be Mr. Olympia. You have to go all out.
My hat goes off to those that are able to keep a healthy relationship and build.
Look, man, I think he should have shot for the IFBB Pro card. At least he could have got that. That's a possibility. He could have gotten the IFBB Pro card and moved on, but this whole thing about next Mr. Olympia, what is he talking about? I really doubt he'll ever be Mr. Olympia, but okay. The lineup is fierce, and again, you have to go all out. But then again, there's not so many great bodybuilders anymore like before, possibly. I don't know. There's some new up-and-comers. I don't know.
Their business and live and manage a successful career while being a competitive professional bodybuilder. Because for me, when I am on the kitchen sink as a cycle.
Have you seen Phil Heath, man, in his prime? And look at Larry Wheels, just compare the two. It's like far-fetched, way out of his range, man. He's way out.
Tren, Clem, T3, Anavar, this, that, everything I can get my hands on in efforts to become pro and be a competitive bodybuilder, it changes me. It changes who I am. And when I'm malnourished, I'm eating 1,000 calories a day, I'm on no carbs, I'm not sleeping because of the drugs I'm taking, I'm irritable, right? I can't go out and enjoy my life with my wife or really do anything beyond train and sleep and eat.
That's the lifestyle.
Which was okay.
That's the lifestyle. What'd you expect?
Before I was married. I've had partners, I've had girlfriends, and they come and go, and if they weren't willing to support my lifestyle, for me, that was fine. I was selfish. I was saying, hey, listen, if you don't want to live this life with me, then you can go kick rocks. But most of them tolerated it, and it wasn't an issue. But for the level of commitment I have to my wife, it's betrayal to her. She didn't marry a bodybuilder. I wasn't a bodybuilder when she met me. And I don't even like myself when I'm deep in prep as a bodybuilder because of the reasons I mentioned. I'm irritable. I'm not sleeping. I'm hungry all the time. I'm frustrated when people around me are enjoying food and enjoying their life. I just feel like I'm a Debbie Down and I'm bringing...
So what exactly is this video all about, man? This guy's really out of it. He's really crying. Whew, man. And people are saying that bodybuilding is so easy. Okay.
On the people around me. I don't want to be that person. And again, I tip my hat to those that are able to live that life all the time and not compromise their relationships and not compromise their business. I personally cannot do it. And it frustrates me to say that. It's not for me. It's too hard for me. I cannot apply myself and commit to that lifestyle.
And you should not.
And I believe it's because of the lack of passion. And the reason why I got into it in the first place. The reason why I set my goals on bodybuilding in the first place. It was from a place of, well, can I get more famous doing it? Can I earn more money doing it? And I thought, yes. And attempting to become one of the best in the world, with that being my aspiration, with that being my motivation, my driving force, is the very first and biggest mistake. If it was coming from a place of, I love bodybuilding and I would be willing to die for the sport and I don't need to collect a check from it. I don't need to get a pat on the back for doing it. I don't need to try and become more famous or grow my business or grow my platform. It's not important. I just love the sport. I love the lifestyle. That's different. And the ones that truly enjoy it and they don't expect anything in return from it are the ones that rise to the top. And I'm speaking from experience because I know when I was a powerlifter, as a late teen, in my early 20s, I did powerlifting because I enjoyed it and I didn't have any aspirations to make a living from it. It wasn't till years later that I decided to monetize it because my coach and the people around me realized I had the opportunity to. But it was never the driving force. I didn't care if it made me famous or if I earned money from it. That's not what got me into it. That's not why I continue to do it. And it was that passion of, I'm willing to die for this sport because it brings me so much joy that money and fame is just the icing on top. It's not the meat and potatoes. Now, I publicly made an announcement a couple days ago on my Instagram saying I'm going to do a show in Ireland. I'm not doing that show. I'm not committing to it.
What? Man, he's going to give it up already. He just barely started and he's going to give up, man. Wow, this is incredible.
I'm not following through with it. I don't want that lifestyle for me or for my wife. I don't want to do USAs. It's not for me. My motivation to do it is wrong. And does that make me a quitter? I believe yes. I am quitting. I'm not following through. And I believe it's for the better. It's for the better good of my relationship and more importantly for my business. I have a patented belt that I'm releasing later this year and I haven't spoken about it once. And I started developing it early last year because I'm so caught up in trying to be a competitive bodybuilder. It really detracts from my aspirations and the reason I said I would stop.
Okay, I don't understand this video, but okay then. Stay a power lifter. I don't know how long you could be a power lifter for. I guess long, right? People taking these drugs until they kill you, right? I guess eventually. I don't know.
Officers in the first place. Going on TRT was the best decision I've made in a very long time. I felt great.
Okay, so that's the thing. He doesn't want to take all these drugs like Tren Clan and whatever else because he wants to be on TRT because he feels better. Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. You want to save your life, definitely. Bodybuilding could be rough. I guess the amount of drugs they're taking, whatever it is they're doing there. Maybe he's taking the right route. I don't know, man. You let me know. I don't know.
Looked great, and for a short period, I really was having tunnel vision on my business and my relationship and creating a more sustainable and better life for myself and my wife. And I'm going back to that mindset, and even better, I'm going cold turkey on being a competitive athlete. I believe my purpose here is to motivate people to get in the gym, to find the version of fitness that suits them best, because for me, it never was just one avenue of fitness. For me, I truly enjoy seeing what my body is capable of, and I encourage those watching to do the same.
If you want to see what your body's capable of doing, so then why don't you allow your body to do it? Why are you taking drugs? You're not seeing what your body's capable of doing. You're seeing what a body on drugs is capable of doing. So me personally, I don't understand any of this, but man, you guys tell me in the comment section, because I don't understand nothing here. He doesn't want to do bodybuilding anymore because Tren Clan, he wants to see what his body's going to do. Okay, so why is he taking all these drugs? Then he says he wants to see what his body's capable of doing. Doing what? Lifting heavy weights off the floor? Why are you doing drugs for? Why are you still on TRT regardless? Because you can't sell your brand name. Oh man, this is ridiculous. Let me tell you something. If he was to go natural, if he ever was even natural, I don't even know, lifting, to see what his body's capable, maybe his body was never capable of doing any of those things. Maybe they're just capable, it's only capable of doing these things on drugs. Because it's kind of obvious. Right now, he's giving up one area of drugs, bodybuilding, because he was seeing what his body's capable of doing on drugs. And now he wants to see what his body's capable of doing on TRT. I have no clue what's going on here, man. I'm confused, dude.
I enjoyed powerlifting for a time. I enjoyed arm wrestling for a time. I enjoyed bodybuilding for a time, to an extent. And
Wait, you forgot about strongman. You did it for a while. You gave up. Okay.
And I stop enjoying it when it gets too extreme. And let's not forget, I also enjoy strongman for a time.
Yeah.
But once I've made enough progress to where I feel like I'm approaching a professional level, that's where it stops being fun. Now it's tremendous compromise and sacrifice for arguably not enough reward. And for me, again, in my late teens, early 20s, as a power lifter, the only reward I needed was hitting a PR. But entering my 30s, my aspirations and my responsibility has changed dramatically. And now I create content to keep me motivated and finding more diamonds in the rough, like Andrew Jacked, like Rubiel. That is extremely fulfilling for me. The ability to be able to use my platform to bring others up, to bring eyeballs on people that haven't ever had that opportunity to realize their value, and for the world to see that, hey, there's something extraordinary over here. That is what brings me the most satisfaction in the world right now. I hope I have the privilege to find another Andrew Jacked and another Rubiel. I hope I can be the person that can be the guiding light and be able to give them a platform to prosper off of, right? I want to be in that position, right? I want to take on that mentor role, and I want to be able to help those diamonds in the rough get the deserved attention and opportunity. And this is a very hard video to make because I've never once, despite me competing in 4 different disciplines, strongman, bodybuilding, powerlifting, arm wrestling, I've never once pulled out of a competition because I decided it was too challenging and not for me. Even
Okay, so don't do it. It's really simple. Don't do it. Stick with powerlifting.
if I knew the prep wasn't going well, or I made mistakes in the prep, like going off program, or not eating, or not following my nutrition plan, basically, even if I knew that I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing to 100% in the prep, I still followed through and showed up, knowing that I had left things on the table that should have been done, knowing that I'm not going to take first place because of me, because I made mistakes during prep, because I wasn't fully committed, because I didn't really 100% apply myself. This is the only time I've ever done that, and it's because I'm so against this lifestyle. It's just not for me. And I am never...
This is like the opposite for Blaha. This is the lifestyle for him now all of a sudden. He went from powerlifting to bodybuilding. I don't know, man. This is interesting to listen to, but okay. Yeah.
ever going to pursue my pro card again. I'm not going to say, yeah, maybe I can step on the Olympia stage, because I'm never going to be able to apply myself to that extent. The passion isn't there for me to be able to handle, to tolerate the sacrifice you need to get there.
Yeah, there's a lot of sacrifices you got to make. I agree with him. I don't think you should step foot there, because if you're not going to put in 100% like Ronnie Coleman or any of these guys, then forget it. Yeah, it's just a waste of time. But you can get your pro card and flash it out like Greg Doucette. I'm IFBB Pro.
And the 1,000-pound deadlift would require me to hop on more gear and eat more food and be bigger than I've ever been before, which undoubtedly is the most unhealthy thing I can imagine right now. And I am not doing that. It's not worth the reward. I am very content with my achievements in the strength world. I'm happy with how far I've gotten on the squat, bench, deadlift, overhead press, dumbbell, this, that. I've done many feats of strength, and I'm content with my progress in them. And now I'm ready for the next phase of my life. For anyone that feels let down or like I betrayed you, I apologize. But this decision is the best for me, for my wife, for my future.
I would agree.
With that said,
I would agree, man. Definitely. The best decision that Larry Wheels has definitely made.
thank you so much for watching and for your patience. And I'll see you soon in the next one.
Well, that was pretty interesting, man. Yeah, I think Larry Wheels should stick to powerlifting. And yeah, he's using his platform to introduce people to a lot of these other sports, right? That's what he was doing it for. But like you said, once it became professional, yeah, I don't know. He was out. He's a professional powerlifter. I think he should stay as a powerlifter. Made the best decision. Yep. All right, friends. Tell me what you think about that. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao. Yeah, stay as a powerlifter, dude.